So friends, after the completion of video tutorial, video part 2, tutorial part 2, this is the tutorial video part 3. So in this video part 3 friends, after the completion of in video part 2, the what we completed in video part 2 mean arrays. What is arrays, whatever it in Java programming language, the arrays are successfully completed in tutorial 2. Now in that same manner, in that similar manner, we want to know about in Java, arrays can be categorized primarily into three types. What is the type means? First one, single dimensional arrays. Second one, multi-dimensional arrays. Single dimensional arrays, single dimension, and second one, multi multi-dimensional arrays. So these multi-dimensional arrays, after that example, in this example they consider two-dimensional arrays, two-dimensional arrays. So in this way friends, uh, one more they are considered one more array is jagged array. So jagged arrays. So after that friends, each type of serves different purposes and can be used based on the requirements of the application. So in the below I provide a detailed explanation of each type along with examples how to use them in Java programming language. So here we go to see. So first one, single dimensional array. For this single dimensional array, we want to know first of all what is that. So single dimensional arrays are the simplest form of arrays. So they are efficiently efficiently essentially a list of elements of the same type. So here we go to see with the code. We want to understand each and every little bit of code in this page. So first of all, you want to concentrate on the screen. So concentrate with a peace of mind, and with a confidence to gain your knowledge from this knowledge is a power. So first of all guys, we already know about declaration and initialization in previous video tutorial. Previous video tutorial part 2. So declaration and initialization, this declaration and initialization, like we want to give indent square brackets, uh, give some gap. So what we taking now, what we are understanding now, what we are telling now means, so what I am telling now means single dimensional array. That's why I want to give after the completion of int square brackets. So I want to give single, and after that completion of this single word, so we want to mention capital letter dim. Dim means dimensional. This is a keyword to use in the Java. So after the dimensional, after this completion of dim word, and use another capital letter A and use array. So after the completion of this, give some space and give equal operator. After that we want to give like new int square brackets value 5. So after this completion of friends, this is the declaration size. So what is this means? This is size, declaration size. This is the declaration size. After this completion of this, so I want to give an int with square brackets. So after the completion of these square brackets, so another I want to give like another after the completion of another word, use capital letter and array. So after the completion of this array, give equal operator with curly braces. So curly braces means we want to assign our values in several types, and several numbers. So 3 comma 4 4. I want to give 4 elements in I want to give 5 elements because my size is int 5. Here we go to see my size is int 5. So after that I want to give elements 5. So ends with semicolon. So every array line, every array declaration initialization array ends with semicolon. So after that click on enter. After the completion of this friends, this is what is this, what is this 10th line. So if you want to know about this 10th line, so we already know about 7th line. What is this 7th line means? It is a declaration size. So after that completion of 7th line, so we want to know about now 10th line. What is the 10th line means? This is the declaration with values. Declaration with values. So this is the way to know about a single arrays. In this single arrays, so how we want to access elements. So what do you mean by elements? If you already know about that, what do you mean by elements? The elements is nothing but when we are entered values, so these each and every values denotes to says like it's an element. So after the completion of these friends, so accessing elements, how we access elements means, so use in these single and capital letter dim. After that use capital letter array. So after the completion of this open square brackets, I want to give my size like 0. So after that equal and 10. My value is 10 with ended with semicolon. So here we go to see, we want to give some of the gaps in these equal operator to understand very easily. By the way of these giving, the Java will be clear cutly understand each and every point. So after the completion of this, what is this mean? What is this 16th line means? This 16th line is called as setting the first element. So this is not a size, our element. So after the completion of this, when we want to create a new like this value is called as this value is called as size. So after the completion of single, this is the setting the first element. So after this completion of this, so we want to know another one, int value using equal operator and another array. So what is the another array means? I want to give 2 and ends with semicolon. So enter. So after that, what is this 19th line means? This 19th line indicates accessing the third element. Accessing the third element. Accessing the third element. So this is the way to access the elements in single dimensional array. So example, we see is a example, we already know about this. This is the example for each and every topic in this single dimensional array. So after this completion of single dimensional array, now we want to move to know about multi-dimensional array. What do you mean by multi-dimensional array? If you know, everyone just comment on our comment box. So what is the multi-dimensional array means? First of all, we want to see here. So multi-dimensional arrays can be thought of as arrays of arrays. The most common type is the two-dimensional array, which can represent a matrix, or a table of values. So this is the way to know about multi-dimensional array. So friends, I want to repeat again and again. So first of all, you want to listen. Multi-dimensional arrays can be thought of as arrays of arrays. The most common type is the two-dimensional array, which can be represent a matrix or a table of values. So this is the way to understand. So after the completion of, so how we declare and initialize the values elements size in these multi-dimensional array. First of all, we want to see declare and initialization. I want to give like this shortcut. So in shortcut manner, you want to understand declaration and initialization in multi-dimensional array. So what this means? So we want to give int, we want to give double square brackets. So these double square brackets is known as two-dimensional array. Here we go to say two-dimensional array. So when we are give one square brackets in single dimensional array, it's called a single dimensional array. When we are give double bracket closed open closed square brackets, double square brackets is called as two-dimensional array. So two-dimensional array, I want to give equal operator, I want to give now int, and I want to give by the way of my size, I want to give 3 and I want to give 4. This is the my size, and every line ends with semicolon. So enter. So after this entered, so this is the declaration of size. So what do you mean by 7th line means? See, this is the declaration with size, with size. So after the completion of this, friends, so now we want to know about, so I want to give double square brackets, so another matrix. So you already know about this another matrix in the definition. If you don't know about that, once pass before this video. So you want to understand first of all that statement. So after that completion of int double square brackets another matrix equal to square brackets, I want to give like this: 1 comma 2 comma 2 comma and 3. So after the completion of and close with square brackets, give comma and enter. So in the same way I want to give another sequential numbers is called 4 5 6. After the completion of this I want to give another. So what do you mean by this another means 7 8 9. So this is the way to initialize our another matrix like this. So this is the 3 into 3 3 cross 3 matrix. So you already know about that 3 cross 3 matrix. So this is the way to understand very easily. So these after this completion, so enter and ends with square with curly braces with semicolon. So this is the way to initialize declare with size, initialization of declaration with size by using of this code. So after the completion of this, friends, this is the how what is this means declaration with values, declaration declaration with values. What do you mean by values? We want to understand, we want to see here what is the values. Now we are entered 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. These elements also called as declaration values, declaration with values by using another matrix in a two-dimensional array. So this is the way to understand. So after that completion of these, friends, uh, in the multi-dimensional array, how we assessing how we assessing elements. So here we go to see how we access elements in a multi-dimensional array, I mean in this two-dimensional array. So here we go to see with the example code 2. I want to give dimension and I want to give array. So after the completion of this multi-dimensional array, so here we go to see I want to enter our elements like 0 and 1. So after that, using equal operator, I want to give 10 and ends with semicolon. So what do you mean by 23 line? So what do you mean by 23 line code means? Here we go to see with example setting the elements, setting setting the element setting the element at first row comma and a second column. So this is the way to understand. So setting at the element at the first row and second column. So what do you mean by row? So here we go to see 1 2 3 is a row, so it's denoted as R. So 1 4, here we go to see 1 4 7 2 5 8 3 6 9. These denote as like column. So this is the way to understand. So after that, uh, next after the completion of setting accessing two-dimensional accessing the elements in two-dimensional array, after uh, we want to know about another matrix in the same manner. So here we go to see I want to take int value. So after that, taking into value, give equal operator using another and using another matrix and using another matrix equals 2 and 2 and ends with a semicolon. So after the completion of this, sorry for this disturbance guys, just listen and concentrate on the screen. So these means assessing the element accessing the element at the third row, third row third column. So after this accessing these elements third column, third column. So after this friends, here we go to see, so this is the 2, what our size means 2 and 2. So accessing the elements at third row in third column. What is the third row? So here the third row and here the third column. So this is a 3 C3. So this C1 and this C2 and this C3. So after that completion of this is the way to access the elements to know about multi-dimensional arrays in subconcept of arrays in Java programming language. So after the completion of these multi-dimensional arrays friends, so we want to know about jagged arrays. Jagged arrays is a last concept in arrays in Java. So you want to understand carefully, concentrate here. So jagged arrays. So these jagged arrays means friends, jagged arrays are also known as arrays of arrays. So I mean are multi-dimensional arrays where the inner arrays can have different lengths. This is in the contrast contrast to standard multi-dimensional array where each row must have the same number of columns. So this is the way to understand. So now we want to in these jagged arrays we want to know how we declaration and initialization process. So here we go to see initialization process. So simply take double square brackets and double square brackets, give jagged. After the completion of what jagged, use capital letter and use array. So use array. After that use equal operator, new int and 3. My size is I want to take 3. After that I want to give empty size square brackets ends with semicolon. So after the completion of this we want to know, so this is the declaration of a jagged array. So jagged array, in the jagged array in the line 5 we want to know about with using int and double square brackets by using jagged array concept name here, by using equal operator, by using new keyword, and integer will be enter our size like by the way of user presentation equal to is equals to 3. So after that we are assigning a one of the value and size in our fifth line, and we want to give empty square brackets in this jagged array. This is the concept to declare the and initialization of arrays. This is the declaration and initialization. So this is the declaration initialization in fifth line. This is the declaration with size. This is the declaration with size. So what do you mean by size? Means after the compilation of these so here we go to see int 3 is the size. So after we want to know about another matrix int using square brackets and give like another matrix equals to equal operator, and I want to give like in the same way in the two-dimensional array we want to give same way. Sorry for this. So after this declaration with size, so in this fifth line, so we want to know about accessing elements in jagged arrays means setting the elements in first row and second column. So here we go to see declaration is size, and in this process we want to know in jagged arrays setting the element in the first row and second column. So this is the way to know about fifth line. So now we want to see accessing the element in the second row and third column. How we accessing the elements in second row third column means same. I want to give like int value and using equal operator jagged array After that, open square brackets and open square brackets, and I want to give like this and ends with semicolon in eighth line. So what is this eighth line means? How they represent to show in this Java programming language in the way of subtopic subcode of jagged array means. So here we go to see accessing the element, accessing elements in the second row and third column, third of third column. So this is the way to understand our jagged arrays. This is the way to access the elements in our way. So after that, friends, in the same manner, this is the declaration and initialization arrays in jagged arrays. So after this completion of these, friends, we want to know about conclusion. What is the conclusion means? Single dimensional array suitable for simple lists and items. Simple list, I mean single dimensional array suitable for simple list of item of the same type. And after the completion of single dimensional, we want to know multi-dimensional arrays. So these multi-dimensional arrays ideal for matrices or tables with a fixed number of rows and columns. So after the completion of this, so we want to know about jagged arrays. These jagged arrays useful when you need multi-dimensional arrays with varying row lengths. Each array type has its own use cases and can be utilized effectively to solve different types of problems in Java programming. So understanding these arrays allows you to handle and data structures more efficiently. So that's the way to use. After the completion of these arrays concept, so we want to know about strings. So we want to know about strings in another class. So stay tuned until take a bye bye. So next for wait, next for the other tutorial. Until take care, bye bye.